Hello, folks. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream. I'm Richard. At Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joe at J1 on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Vivian at Lifter on the MakeCode forum.
And we're working on MakeCode Slam today, but before we get into that, Vivian and Joey have had all weekend to think about this, right? And I'm going to give them the same question that I've been giving them for the past week, which is what's special about this week? Vivian, can you tell me?
Oh, yep, it's the second week of December.
That's not, you know that's not what I'm looking for. Okay,
maybe,
Joey.
Maybe it's what you need, though.
Joey, what is it?
It's like 20 days or something till Christmas, I guess.
You guys.
It's pretty impressive.
Richard,
that
you
it's
have
the
to
second
understand. We don't spend all weekend just thinking about you. We only spend the evenings, thinking like, what's Richard doing right now?
That's ridiculous. All right. There's a game jam happening right now. In fact, you can go to aka.ms/rkgj. That's G as in game, J as in jam right now to find out more info. The theme is climate crisis. Make a game. It's super fun. And if you submit it, it'll be cool. All right. But in the meantime, we are working on MakeCode Slam, which is our Smash Bros. Style game with characters from the MakeCode universe. So obviously, I'm going to start out the stream by taking in Joey's character, Core Guy, the Door Guy, and putting him into the game.
I forgot to do it. I'll do it someday.
Oh my god! Whoa, Joe, you did it! Amazing.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm also working on a character, but I haven't finished. I just worked on it like the half hour before. All right. So instead, what we're going to do is, well, I was going to do Captain Cat today, but Shannon's out. Shannon will be back tomorrow, so we'll do that. We'll do Captain Cat's like special move and stuff then. But I think actually we did get one move for Captain Cat, didn't we? Oh, whoops. Move to the thing around.
The spear one?
We have the spear already, but I believe Shannon gave me a swipe attack. Let's see. There should be an animation block lying around here somewhere. I swear I remember pasting it into the game. It's got to be here somewhere. All right, we'll do a Daryl. Maybe I didn't. Vivian, would you mind posting the frames that are up in the chat? Because I don't have access to the history of chat on this computer.
Yeah, I'll find it.
Okay, so, well, let's go ahead and start adding the code anyway. We're going to go to our attack function, which is right here. And we're going to switch this around a little bit. So right now, the arrow attack is just whenever we press A, but we want to do it if we are pressing A and a direction. So I'm going to copy this little OR statement we have over here, right here. And we're going to put our spear throwing code inside of this. Oh, wait. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, nice.
Mind, Vivian. Found it. All right, cool. All right, so we're still gonna do that thing. We're gonna go into logic and press in, put in an if, and we're gonna put in this left or right button pressed. And if it is, then we're going to call do attack with this spear. Otherwise, we are going to just do a standard swipe attack. We need to flip these frames. So flip, flip, flip. I love how his tail poofs up because that's what Otto does. It's so good. Okay, so we've got our frames. But now we need to make hitboxes for them. So we're going to duplicate this and go over here. And just like before, we're going to use this blue color and just draw rectangles around where the hit should be. So we're just going to give this like a big hitbox for when the swipe is happening. do like a little hitbox, then like a big hitbox, and then a little hitbox. Now we'll go ahead and fill this in. And we got to erase the rest of Captain Cat. By the way, we haven't mentioned it today. Captain Cat is, of course, a character from the Three Brave Cats. I don't even know why I'm saying it. You guys have all played the Three Brave Cats. But if you haven't, it's on the forum. Is there anything left we need for Straw Bob?
Did you want to do idle animations or no?
Oh yeah, let's do an idle animation. That's a good idea.
I'll do that.
Are we gonna have the fancy auto animations where you stand still for like 20 seconds and then it does a fancy little trick?
What?
What?
You mean like when Mario? You mean like when Mario falls asleep?
Yeah, like those.
No. Okay, so we should be able to do our swipe attack now. That's pretty rad. I think I might change the color of this swipe because the white blends in really well with the background right now. So let's go to our animation, and I'm going to just change it to be this tan color, which should hopefully stand out a bit better. All right. Swipe, 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 swipe. Yeah, that looks good. Do you think I should change it even more? I could make it the light purple. It's still kind of hard to see. Let's see it with the light purple.
Maybe with light purple, it could be shading. Or isn't it purple? Oh.
Well, this is for like the motion lines, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like if there's multiple colors, then you're more safe on other backgrounds. I don't know.
Could be.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's good. All right, cool. So I think we want to do some things real quick. We're going to take Captain Cat now, and we have a few things we need to do. First off, we need to actually put in a value for how much this should do when you attack someone with it. So what is the percentage they should get? So see right now, we get, whoa. Oh, right, whoops. So you might have just seen that. Here, let me do it again. All right, so watch the percentage up here. Yeah, so that's a pretty good attack, I think. So the reason this is happening is because we made our hitboxes invisible, but they aren't actually invisible. We have in this animation that we're doing, the last frame has a image, and so that is the image that is staying on our sprite, even though we can't see it. And so it's overlapping. And so I'm going to get rid of the one on this last frame. I don't think it'll actually hurt anything because really we just need the one for the actual swiping. So yeah, all right, that's good. I want this attack to feel faster though, so we're going to go into here and now tweak the amount of time it takes. So we'll make this like twice as fast. So let's do like 200. Yeah, I don't know. It could even go a little bit faster, I think. We'll do 150. Yeah, I like it. All right, cool. So now when you press A in a direction, you throw a spear, Captain Cat's signature move. And when you just press A, you do a swipe. All right, so you might have noticed another thing that's happening right now, where the score for the player is being set to 0 whenever we hit them with a spear. Does anyone have any guesses? That's why it's happening. I know why it's happening.
Are you asking us?
Do we have a on overlap sphere?
We do, but the reason it's happening is because we're not setting the slam strength on our projectile. It's causing it to be undefined when we read it, which is making it so that the score is set to not a number, and then it gets like, you know, I don't know. Something about the score thing is
There's
setting
an
it to
or
be
0 in there.
All right, so to do that, we're going to go into where we're creating this projectile right here. We're just going to set the slam strength. So let me just actually duplicate where we're doing it for Straw Bob's projectile. And we will put this right down here at the bottom, and we're going to set it to be much, much lower. We're going to set this to be 2. I don't know. Maybe we could make it higher. Oh, right. We need to fix that thing where we can fire spears super fast. Right. Let's fix that now. We'll tweak these numbers later. So in the meantime, we're just going to try and make it so that we can't just throw things crazy fast. All right. So in this R controls locked function, we should be setting some stuff to make it so that, well, we should be checking some things to make it so that we don't run this function. But clearly it is still running, because even though the animation isn't running, we are still creating a projectile. So let's go into the definition for this function. So go to definition right here. And we are saying if time since start is less than the control lock time, then that means that it is still locked. And or, this should be or. Oh, no, this should be and. It's a little clearer actually if I just make this or the sprite is attacking. That won't fix the issue though. Okay, so that seems. Oh, did that fix the issue? Yep, it sure did. All right, never mind. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, that fixed it. I don't know if I completely understand why that fixed it, but fine with me. All right. Cool, okay. So now we can get on to working on other stuff. So we have a to-do list, I think. And the to-do list is going to mainly be around getting we've got characters now who can go ahead and smash each other, but we don't really have the core loop, right? So right now when we spawn, we both spawn in the same location. That's no good. There's no way to actually defeat anybody. You know, you can't like go off the edge, which is something we want. And there's no way to like, let's see, what was the other thing?
No way to get back up to the ledge up there?
Oh yeah, there's some things like that. But all right, so what we're going to do first is we're actually going to take this tile map and we're going to make it a little bit more MakeCode slam friendly. So let's go to our tile map right here. And I'm worried I'm going to have to get rid of some of this art. I really don't want to. All right, we're going to move this down, and this one's just going to be for looks, you know? All right, and what we're going to do now is we want to have some space on sides of the screen where you can fall. So we're going to make it so that our tile map is a bit taller. We're going to make it, let's see, 28. And we're gonna go ahead and make this a little bit more island looking. So I'm going to like just put in some tiles down here, but I'm going to erase these ones on the edge. All right. Now let's go ahead and just fill this in. But this doesn't leave us a lot of room because we also want to be able to fall off the edges. So what we're going to do is we're also going to make it wider. Let's make it twice as wide, actually. And we're going to center our map. So we want to have 8 pixels on either side. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, nice. Okay. So we're now kind of centered on this map, which is nice. And we're going to make it so that we have a kill plane. So scary sounding, but it's pretty simple. Most games do this, where what you do is you put a area that will just kill the player when they overlap with it. So this is used a lot of times in games to make it so that they keep you in bounds. So if you're doing something like maybe a level kind of wraps around itself, or maybe a level has some places where you could sneak through corners and things, they'll put in a kill plane so that you just die if that happens. But in games like Smash Bros, it's also how you just tell if you have defeated the player or not. Because if they overlap with this red, then that means that they are going to die and lose a life. Now, we don't want this red to actually show up. We don't want you to be able to see it. So we're going to do some special camera magic to make it so that that doesn't happen. But yeah,
What?
I think we should do that. But oh, and let's not forget to do the top either. Yeah, no, sorry, I wasn't reaching for anything. I was just thinking for a second if
No, I thought like somebody broke into your house. I'm like, Richard. Oh my gosh, because it sounded like you heard something. You're like,
oh no, I was just
I was
thinking.
very stressed.
Okay. Yeah, give us a little bit of room. So we're gonna do some camera magic to make it so that we don't like overlap with the well, we keep the camera in the bounds away from those red tiles. I think it should be easy. We'll see. And then what's the last thing I want to do? Oh, I want to mark where we should be spawning. So we're just going to put in some tiles right now. We're going to put in a P1 and a P2. P1 has to be red, obviously. And P2 has to be what color, Joey?
I think blue is a good P2 color.
Classic blue. That's what I was looking for.
What's the P3 color now?
Yellow?
Yeah, that can be kind of hard on the eyes. It's fine.
And then P4 is green?
Yeah.
I feel like this was established by the Nintendo 64, and everyone's just done this since.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So we have our P1 tile and we have our P2 tile, and actually, yeah, no, this is fine. All right, so we're going to go into our code now, and we can watch these guys just fall into the abyss. We want to make it so that, first off, we're going to make it so that we spawn at the right location. So I think I'm going to refactor a little bit. Vivian.
Wait, a little bit?
Medium. Thank you. And we're going to make this like spawn character. I mean, it's going to take in a let's see. I think it'll take in a sprite, and that's it. Okay. So the reason I'm putting this inside of a function is because we're going to also, when you die, respawn you again, right? So for now, let's just make it so that our spawn character puts you on the right tile. We're going to go into logic and grab an if, and we're going to go into sprite and get a number because we store the player number on our sprite. That's what this 1 and 2 are. We'll do an equals right here. Go ahead and make this sprite, and we want to get player as number. And if it equals 1, then we are going to place them on top of the place on top of random P1 tile. Else we'll place on top of random P2 tile. And let's go ahead and call this function. Oh, right, I need to do this for the hitbox. So, yep, that's an imaginary quarter, to remember. I think I owe 3 imaginary quarters now.
Wait, imaginary quarter versus quarter.
Hmm?
Is this an actual quarter?
No, this is an imaginary quarter.
Oh, okay.
I'm
not the
it's like you weren't
so...
watching our stream every day you were gone.
Yeah. Vivian, do you want to be the imaginary quartermaster?
It seems like a lot of responsibility, Joey, and I feel like you already have a lot of experience in being a quartermaster.
It's a whole like new domain when you do imaginary quarters.
That's true, you know.
It is. Okay, so we spawned our characters. So we're now spawning in the correct location. Looks good. So what we want to do next is we want to make it so that we hang for a little bit, I think, before we fall. So I think maybe we want to, what do we want to do for this? Maybe what we want to do is when we call spawn character, we're also going to take in So what I'm thinking is when we spawn a character, we want them to appear and we want them to hang for a little bit until they like fall. In Smash Bros, you do it where you hang until you press A or move, or after a time, goes by and then you fall down. I don't know if we want to get that complicated because that's more complicated to code. The other option would be we just make you hang for a few seconds and then drop you and just turn your controls off,
That seems like easy peasy.
Okay, so we'll do it that way. So to make that happen, we're going to, when we call our spawn character, instead of passing in a sprite like we are right now, we're going to edit this function. We're going to get rid of this sprite parameter, and we're going to put in a string, which is going to be character. And we're going to put in a number, which is player number. And we're doing this so that we can go into here. Oh, we're also going to have to return at the end of this. So let me go ahead and return. We're going to need a temp sprite. So I'm going to go set our temp sprite to be equal to something based off whatever character we passed in. So let's go ahead and put in an if in here for now. We're going to just get rid of all of this stuff. And make this temp sprite. There we go. And I'm going to put temp sprite in here because we're going to be using that in just a second. All right, cool. And we're going to switch over our character and create either Straw Bob or Captain Cat, depending on what string we passed in. So let's do one of those fancy string equals. Go ahead and put in character. And we're going to check first to see if it's Straw Bob. Otherwise, we're going to check to see if it is Captain Cat. And we're going to set our temp sprite to be make Captain Cat, if it is Captain Cat, and pass in our player number. Otherwise, we are going to set it to be make Straw Bob with our player number. Cool. And lastly, we need to update our variables for player 1 and player 2. So I'm going to go ahead and set player 2 right here to be our temp sprite. And in the player 1, we're going to set player 1 to be our temp sprite. Okay, and now let's go ahead and update our function. And I'm going to make player 1 Straw Bob again. Straw Bob. And player 2 is now going to be Captain Cat. Oh, we got to put camera sprite back. That's why I'm getting all of these. Cool. All right. There we go. Responding. Oh, Captain Cat's not here.
You need a space in the else if Captain Cat.
Oh, yep. You got it.
I got a new prescription, so I can
Joey,
spot.
can you give Vivian 3 gold stars? Because I owe her a couple. Okay. So, all right, we've got this nice little spawn function. We're gonna have to do one other thing right now. So inside of this make Straw Bob, let's go to definition on that. Or rather, I think it's inside of make sprite right here. So we set the gravity right here. And I'm gonna pull this out.
No more gravity.
Because we're gonna hang off. We're gonna you know, hang off on setting our gravity until we have a few seconds have passed by. So let's go into timer. We're going to put in a after however many milliseconds due, and we're going to make this 3 seconds. Sorry, we're going to make this 500 milliseconds for now. We'll change this once we are actually playing the game, but we have to keep our sanity while we're testing. So make this 500. And then we will set the gravity of our hitbox. So we want to go ahead and get sprite. There we go, add sprite for the hitbox. And we will set this to be, oh shoot, this won't work. Whoa. That didn't type anything that I typed. I don't know what that was. Why? What the heck? It's just like dropping keystrokes.
That's weird.
That's let me unplug my keyboard and plug it back in. 1 sec.
Should we play our waiting music?
Yep.
I don't know the rest of the song. They don't make me wait too long.
All right. That should hopefully have fixed it. Yeah, that looks good. That's what I typed. Okay. So we're gonna enable gravity. We're gonna take in a sprite, and we're gonna take in a delay because I don't know, might as well. And why are we doing this? Well, there's a fun fact about the variables in Arcade, which is that they are global. So this temp sprite that we're using, if we do this after 500 due, we call this function twice, and the temp sprite is going to be set in both of them. So the first time it's going to be set to Straw Bob. The second time it's going to be set to Captain Cat. But those two run immediately. So 500 seconds later, it's going to be like, okay, I'm now going to turn temp sprite's hitbox on, but both of those functions ran, so it only points to Captain Cat. So it's just going to turn gravity on Captain Cat twice instead of doing it for both Straw Bob and Captain Cat. But you can fix that by calling a function, because if you call a function, you create what we call a local variable. So the sprite right here, and if I put this after 500 do inside here, and I use this local variable sprite instead of our temp sprite, and I'm going to go ahead and put in delay in here too, then we won't have that issue. So let's go back to here. I'm going to call this on temp sprite, and for the delay, we're going to put in 500. And finally, actually, we don't need to return this function, I realize now. Okay, so there we go. So you can see we hang for half a second, and then both of them fall down. But we can actually control before then, I realized. So where do we set the controls? I'm guessing that's in the make Captain Cat and make Straw Bob. Nope, must be inside of make sprite. Where are you, make sprite? I was just looking at you. Here it is.
I see it. Oh. Richard, do you have 20/20 vision?
I do.
It's crazy. Wow. What's it like just being like awake at night and being able to see things?
With your eyes closed.
It's pretty great. Yeah,
What,
no,
Joey?
it's horrible. Closing my eyelids does nothing because my vision is so perfect. I just see in between the atoms.
Oh my gosh.
He's almost at 20/22 vision.
Because that's
yeah, we don't actually know how good my eyesight is because I got to the end of the poster and they were like, no one's ever done this before. We don't have any more. So
conversely, I can't see the big E on the poster.
Ooh.
I'm like, I know that's an E, but I can't lie to you and tell you that I'm seeing it right now.
Okay, where are we? Oh, right. We're setting it inside of an on-game update. So I think what we need to do is we need to make it so that we have some sort of, we have this controls locked time. So we're going to go and set the controls lock time on our sprite. Let me go ahead and go into sprites and grab a set data number for our sprite. I'm going to do this outside the delay, actually. And we're going to do it as the time since start plus our delay. So you probably don't remember me doing this because this was something that I did like 2 or 3 streams ago. But we have this on-game update right here. And one of the things it does is it says, are controls locked or not? And if they aren't, then it goes ahead and sets the character animations on and sets the controls on for our sprite. So we need to make it so this returns false. Sorry, we need this to return true. So let's go ahead and collapse this again. We're just going to set that control lock time to be controls locked time. Oh, whoops, that was not the thing that I wanted to set. I'm not even the right function.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Unrelated to this. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Somebody in chat saying that they have a project and they're trying to open it and it won't open and says, oops, we are unable to open this project. Is that recoverable if you don't already have a backup?
I would. I think probably not.
Okay.
Do they remember what they were doing at the time?
Oh.
I could probably recover it if I was at their computer, but I'm not.
Yeah.
So
okay, we'll figure it out. Thanks.
Okay, so I remembered the name of this variable. Wrong. Our controls locked. Control lock time. So it's control lock time instead of controls locked time. Dumb computer, you should have known that's what I meant. Cool. Okay, so now I can't move for that time. Perfect. All right, so we got our little intro thing. So let's go ahead and do the death cam now, or not the death cam, but the death plane stuff. So to make that happen, we're going to just do an on overlaps. So let's go ahead and go into scene, grab out a on overlaps tile, and we're going to change this from player to be character hitbox and make this our red tile. And so if that happens, then we are going to destroy the character hitbox. We're also going to destroy the character. So let me go into sprite and go to data and grab out an as sprite right here. So we're going to make this the character. And then we are finally also going to destroy the attack hitbox because we also have a sprite there. Each of our sprites is actually 3 sprites. All right, so now I can go ahead and just take player 1 and just jump off the side. And player 1 has been destroyed. So now my camera is only focused on player 2. And player 1's just, never going to come back. Cool, okay. And now player 2 is also gone, and there's no game left. All right, so that works. So what we're going to do now is we need to respawn. So we're going to go ahead and call let's do another timer and do an after 2 seconds. We'll go ahead and do this respawn. And we're going to go into functions and call that function we just made the spawn character. There we go. For some reason, it's at the top. And for this, our character has the name of the character stored on it. So we're going to go ahead and just get the character and pass in the name. So you might wonder, do I need to do that same thing that I did before of putting this inside of a function? I don't, because this sprite up here is actually a local variable. If you can drag it out of a block, then it's a local variable. And we also have the player number on our sprite. So let's go ahead and get that to 2. All right, so let's see what happens. I'm going to just jump off the edge, and after 2 seconds, we should get respawned. There I am. Oh no, there's 2 of me. Ah.
You need a friend.
Yes.
It's like who wants to be a millionaire when you can call a friend? It's a lifeline.
Now there's 3 of me. If I jump off some more, look how many friends I have. These other 2 are kind of stupid and they won't jump or anything, but okay. Let's see, why is that happening? So when the kind character hitbox overlaps that, then we're destroying it. So this shouldn't be running twice. So this should only be running the 1 time. So why is it spawning multiple times? Is it because it's overlapping with 2 tiles, Joey?
If they're the same tile image, it should only count as 1 per overlap. And I believe there's also a
check for destroyed.
Check for destroyed.
I see. Well then, what's going on here? All right, well, we're just going to we're going to use the debugger So it's time for my favorite song.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
Thank you.
The dramatic
Okay.
pause is important. It's got one.
Yes. We hit our breakpoint right here, so I'm going to go ahead and hit continue, and we hit the breakpoint a second time. All right, so that's weird. Okay. So let's do that one more time. And
There's no chance we have 2 hitboxes on the sprites, right?
They're different kinds.
Okay.
Let's see. We have no, that's not it. That's not what we think it is. Okay, so we have our sprite right here. We have our flags, which are 128. We're going to hit continue, and we're going to see if these flags change. 130. So it did change. So what's happening is this is running multiple times on the same sprite, even though it's been destroyed. So the reason those flags changed is because we destroyed the sprite, and we change the flags internally when that happens. So what I'm going to do in this case is just work around this bug in MakeCode, and we're just going to use this isDestroyed function from the sprite utils. And we're going to say if not sprite is destroyed. And this will make it so that it only runs the one time. And I jump on down, die, and there's only one of me. Good. Die again. And there we go. Cool. All right. Okay, cool. So we've got our basic game loop now, but we're not keeping track of anything. And we're also not clearing our score when the character dies. So let's do that. But first, we'll do something more fun. Vivian gave me an idle frames for the idle animation.
Like a K-pop idol?
Exactly like a K-pop idol. Okay, so we're gonna go into add straw bob animations right here. And we're gonna do for facing right, I'm gonna go ahead and delete, paste. Paste.
Oh, I did 200.
Oh, 200? Okay.
It's less aggressive.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like he's at a punk concert.
Yeah. Yeah.
With 100. All right, so we're going to put this down here and just go ahead and flippity-doo-dah, flippity-day. Go. Make this 200 also. Nice. All right, so now we got our idle animation. Looks good. Let's pick up a strawberry, and yep, because we set the animation for when we are holding a strawberry to just be the still frame, we're all good there. So cool. Okay. Looks good. We're gonna have to do one for Captain Cat soon. Now he just looks like all stiff, you know. Needs to loosen up, Captain Cat. I understand that the responsibilities of being a captain, they really weigh on you, but still. All right. So we have our basic game loop mostly working. What I'm going to do now is, so we have been storing our percentage for our characters on the player 1 and player 2 score. And really, we just did that because it was a convenient UI that we could use without having to code anything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make that actually store our KOs instead, because that makes a little bit more sense. And we are going to add the classic display that shows your percentage down here at the bottom. So what I'm going to need from you, Vivian, is, could you just do a monochrome strawberry symbol that we can put the
Oh.
number on top of?
Yeah. And then is monochrome just like transparent is the second color?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Or white, whichever feels better, whichever one
Okay.
you think will read better. Joey, could you do the same thing for Captain Cat? Just a cat.
Just a
It doesn't
cat.
need to look. It doesn't need to look like Captain Cat. It just needs to be clearly a cat. You know.
It was 16 by 16ish.
Let's see. Yeah, let's do 16 by 16.
Monochrome. Okay. This is really testing me.
Is it?
I'm not a monochrome drawer.
Oh, it just needs to be the silhouette of a cat. It can just be a circle with 2 points.
That's a good point. Maybe it isn't testing me. It's just the ability is low. Let's try.
This is coming from the guy who drew Core Guy, the door guy.
Okay, we got a cat, so we got.
All right, let's do a quick Daryl and we'll start coding this up. So we're going to switch from using the score for our player to instead storing the percentage elsewhere. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll just store it on the sprite themselves. So let's go to our MakeSprite function. Where is that? MakeSprite. Zoom. And we're just going to store this data right here to be percentage. So we're going to just set this to be percentage, and we want to set it to be 0 to start. All right, close that up. Next, we want to go to our slam code. So let's go to let's see, slam, and right here we are setting our we're changing our score. We don't want to do that anymore. Instead, we're going to go into sprites. We're going to do a change number by. I'm going to make this our slam E. We're going to change their percentage by number, this slam strength that we're using. And we no longer need to use this if statement, because before we were doing this just because we were storing it inside of this player 1 and player 2 score. So I'm just going to set this aside. All right, so now that we've got that done, we have this slam E percent that we are using. So we'll still just use that variable. Let's go ahead and duplicate this and bring it up here. But instead, we're just going to set it to the value. So we'll go ahead and do this get as number right here. We're going to put this on our slam E, and we're going to just get percentage. All right, cool. All right, so our code should be back to where it was, but instead of what we were doing before, where we were seeing the score, we no longer do. So I'm just putting some percentage on Captain Cat, and now I'm going to hit them with a straw bomb, and he goes flying. So I don't know, that looked to me like, yeah. So I shouldn't be able to smash him with my A over and have him move unless he had the thing. Okay. So now that we've got that, let's go ahead and start making our display. We're going to have 2 sprites, I think. Maybe we shouldn't even use sprites. Maybe I should just use a render on z-index.
Ooh. Your favorite block?
Yeah, my favorite block. No, I don't want to do that because then I'm going to have to add Pelly's weird extension. So instead, we're going to use this. Hey, Joey, I know you accept
weird extension.
The one that lets you print to an image.
Okay.
I know you accept pull requests, but I would love it if one day I just came in and that was inside of your sprite utils.
Maybe someday.
Okay, so we're going to go into here and add arcade text. And let's see. Oh, I got my symbol from Joey.
Joey, how are you so fast? This is so hard.
It is hard. That's why I gave up.
I love it. I'm going to fill this in though.
Yeah.
I want it to be mostly solid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just invert it. Oh, whoops. So I'm going to change this to a different color. Going to fill this in with purple, and I'm going to put this now as transparent. Cool.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's see. I could optionally do this for the ears. That look better or worse?
I think that looks like a panda now to me.
That's literally what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Okay. We'll leave it as that. Perfect. Thank you, Joey. So we want to create a couple of sprites for our score. So let's just do that inside of onStart. We're going to make two of them. There's going to be a player 1 icon and a player 2 icon. So let's go into here and do player 1 icon. We'll set that to be a this sprite right here. Pull this out. And we're just going to make this kind text. Why not? It's basically going to be used in the same way as text. And now we're going to make another variable. This is going to be player 2 icon. Now we're going to make two more sprites. So we're going to use the text sprite to make a player 1% text. And we're going to do another one, variable player 2% text. Nice. Okay. So now that we have those in there, we're going to go and actually write a function to update this. Oh, I got one from Vivian now too. The outline of this certainly looks like a strawberry. Yeah, it's perfect. All right. So we're going to make a function to get this image. So let's do that right now. We're going to do get character icon, and it's going to take in some text, which is going to be the name. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put in an if statement. We're going to check this name. Name equals, and if it is straw Bob, Hassan's here.
Nice.
You can't sneak up on me anymore, Hassan.
No. You've learned to expect the unexpected.
Hassan, do you ever play Smash Bros?
Oh yeah. In fact, I was trying to play the story mode so I can unlock more characters. Just kind of been sitting on it for a little too long. But yeah.
Who's your main? Joey has to answer this too.
Who's my main? Kirby or Marth. Depending on how serious I want to be. If it's not serious, then Kirby. If I want to get sweaty, then Marth.
What about you, Joey?
Yeah, probably Fire Emblem character. They're all the same.
Except one of them has a cheer of Roy's our boy, and one of them is
true.
I like Ike.
I mean, there's always one different move too. That's in fairness. Like there's the dragon one that's kind of cool, and the newest one.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna call this get character icon, and we're going to pass in. We're gonna put this right here. We're gonna pass in our player 1 and our player 2 character names. So we'll just go into here and do as string, and make this player 1, and make this name. That right there. Okay, this whole thing, put it right here, and make this player 2. And that'll get us our player 2 icon. So we should be able to see these now, but well, maybe we can't get to the part of map where they spawned. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to go over to here, and sets relative to camera to be true for all of these sprites. In fact, I don't want to duplicate this 4 times. I'm just going to write a loop to do it.
Oops. This reminded me of a story about for loops. In college, one of my the seniors in Taekwondo, a lot of kids in Taekwondo club were also taking CS for some reason, and so he thought for loop, like the for loop meant 4 loops, and so often whenever people started having like discussions about CS and like everyone else in the table was out of the loop, he'd just be like, oh yeah, just use a for loop. And it sounds just correct enough to stop people and be like, but I've tried that already. But one day when he was pressed, like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, use 4 loops. Ugh.
All right, so we're setting the locations of our icons now. So the Captain Cat one is going to be to the right because it's player 2. So I made it 32 for the first one. So for this next one, we're going to do 160 minus 32, which is 128. Nice. And actually, I'm going to take Captain Cat's and I'm going to change the color. Sorry, I'm just so messing with your vision today.
I like the strawberry fighter.
Light purple. He has a name, Hassan. It's Strawbob.
Strawbob. My bad. Sorry, Strawbob. Did not mean to call you Strawberry Fighter.
All right. We're now going to set Ys on both of these guys to be 95. More than that. 100. Even more than that. 105. Yeah, that looks about right. Go ahead and do the same thing for our player 2 icon. And now, let's see, how many minutes do I have left? 1. Okay, we're gonna do outros while I write the stuff to actually display these percentages. So I'm Richard at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Hassan, sneaking in the last minute. Hassan on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey at J1 on the MakeCode forum. I was there the whole time. So you know.
And I'm Vivian at Lift on the MakeCode forum. I've been here since episode 40.
Is that really?
So.
Do you actually know the episode where you joined?
Somewhere in 40s, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, now I need to find my debut episode.
That's pretty good because we're in like this one's I think 394.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
we're almost at 400.
Yeah, we're almost at 400. We almost made it to your dream this year of 500.
That was Shannon's dream, not mine.
We completely missed 1 year too. We didn't say anything about 365, did we?
Oh yeah.
That was like 30.
How many episodes do we have to be syndicated? Is that only 100?
That's only 100, yeah.
Easy peasy.
I'm sure those checks will come rolling in.
So yeah, I have a question for you. Are you ready to do 20 live streams a day for 5 days so we can reach that 500? 25-minute live streams a day.
We're going to start doing something called micro streams. All right? Where we're going to do 20 5-minute long streams. And you know, that's still going to be more than you normally get in a day from us.
Couldn't we do 23-minute streams? Just break even.
How about we just do in 1 day?
Or I mean, I was trying to, surprise and delight our users, but
I'm trying to keep our workload reasonable.
All right, well, we got to go now, but we'll be working on this more tomorrow, so make sure you tune in. Also, if you have an idea for a character you would like to see in this game, something from some sort of notable MakeCode arcade game, please let us know. Also, my cat is coming up to say hi. Come on, AutoZone. There you go. Oh no, he's falling down. Oh no. Okay. Bye.